What's your favorite scary movie? I wanna play a game.
Where the hell's Andy?
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, it is going to be a little bit of a different video. I am going to be giving my honest opinion and thoughts on a very popular older-ish show. It's a show that really means a lot to me, and I talk about it so much on Twitter if you follow me on there. So I just thought maybe I would make a video about my opinion and give my thoughts on the show. Before we go ahead and get into today's video, I just want to thank you guys so much that have subscribed already. I really appreciate it. And if you guys could please give this video a thumbs up as well as subscribe and hit the notification bell, I would really appreciate it. Okay, and so like I said, I am going to be giving my opinion and thoughts on a television show. It's not horror, so I do apologize if that is the only thing that you're interested in. I promise I will be uploading more horror content soon. So I just wanted to just give my opinion on this show because I do talk about it a lot on Twitter. So now, before I really dive into it, I just want to give a spoiler warning. If you haven't seen this show and you want to see it, I would recommend going and watching it and then coming back to this video later on. But if you haven't seen the show and you don't plan to see it or you don't really care to see it, then stick around. I'm not going to be going over like each season because that would take way too long and that would definitely need to be a separate video, which I would definitely love to do if that was something you'd guys be interested in. So I just wanted to give a huge spoiler warning. The show is titled The Secret Life of the American Teenager.
One eternity later.
Okay, so if you have stuck around, then I'm guessing you've either seen the show or you haven't and don't really care to see it. Secret Life of the American Teenager.
Talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same, totally unique, completely not ever been done before, unafraid to reference or not reference, put it in a blender, shit on it, vomit on it, eat it, give birth to it.
It came out in July of 2008 and then it ended in June of 2013, which is really funny because that's around the time that I started my 9th grade of high school and ended my 12th grade of high school. So I basically literally grew up on this show. I was watching it every week as a 14-year-old and probably should not have been watching this show at that age, but I did. I honestly, this show, there's so much that I could say about the show. I love it. I love the messiness of the show. I love the unseriousness of the show, even though it does tackle some serious topics. Um, just to give a summary, it is about a girl named Amy Jurgens who is played by Shailene Woodley. She goes to band camp. She's a freshman in high school, and she meets a guy named Ricky Underwood at band camp, and they have sex for the first time. And she ends up getting pregnant. And the whole first season is just, her coping with it and trying to figure out what she's going to do. They did tackle abortion as well as adoption. But by the end of the season, she does decide to keep the baby, and her and Ricky do have a son named John. And during the whole show, there's drama of, of course, her and Ricky trying to co-parent. And during this whole time, she does meet a guy named Ben. We see Ben in the first episode of the first season. They quickly fall in love, and then during the whole show there's just this whole relationship triangle between him, between Ben, Amy, Ricky, and then a girl named Adrian who is seeing Ricky on and off during the show. And then while she's trying to co-parent with him, she's dealing with school stuff. She's dealing with, her parents are divorcing and trying to figure out, who does she want to be with. So there's a lot of relationship drama, trying to raise John with Ricky. Ricky is the traditional bad boy, but he does have a great character arc during the whole show. I think he has the best character development that I've seen in a show. At least in the many shows that I've seen, he has one of the best character developments. He's honestly my favorite character. This show does have a lot of characters. Amy Durgan, she's played by Shailene Woodley. Ben is played by a guy named Ken Bauman. There's a girl named Grace Bowman. She's another main character. She's played by Megan Park, who has directed a couple of great films, one of them with Jenna Ortega. And Adrian is played by Francia Reza. I'm probably mispronounced her name, but she was in the Bring It On All or Nothing, and then she was in a Freeform show. It was traditionally ABC Family, and then went into Freeform. And then there's a guy named Jack. He's another main character. He's played by Greg Finley. And then Amy's mom is played by Molly Ringwald, which everyone should really know who Molly is. And then Amy has a sister, a 13-year-old sister named Ashley. She's played by India Isley. And there's so many other characters in this show. It would, be a longer video to go over all of them. Now, I know a lot of people do not like this show for a variety of reasons, mainly ones being it's poorly written and does not have a good acting. There's not great acting in the show. I can understand, because like if you did not watch the show growing up, then if you like watch it today, I can see you definitely getting that opinion because I can agree it is not the best acting or written dialogue by any means. But at the same time, it came out in 2008. So shows at that time, especially on ABC Family, ABC Family had great television shows, but most of them were not the best written or the best acting. And that's okay because not every show is meant, in my opinion, is meant to be like an Oscar worthy type of show. That's not what the show was about. It was intended to tackle teen pregnancy and show how hard it is to be a teen mom. That was the main focus of the show. Now, of course, as the show went on, kind of went away from that type of topic and went to other topics, which I appreciate some of the topics that they did cover during this time. There is one episode in particular, I did write it down here in my notes. There's an episode in season 2, episode 16, titled Just Say Me. I can't tell you what happens in that episode because I think YouTube probably won't like what I have to say about what goes on in that episode. But if you've seen the show, it's only dedicated to one episode. If you've seen the episode and you know the title, Just Say Me, then you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen it, then I would suggest going and watching that episode or going on maybe Wikipedia or something to get a description of what goes on in that episode, because I think, especially at this time that it came out, that episode came out in January of 2010. So still around, a time where this type of topic wasn't talked about at all, really, in media. So I really appreciated that topic that they did cover because I think it's really, really important. I'm sorry I can't say what it is, but YouTube is very very picky about certain things that are said on this
One eternity later.
on YouTube. So I really appreciated that episode.
You need to shut the fuck up.
Now, going back to, people's opinions and thoughts. In today's age, we look at television and movies and see, hey, is this Oscar worthy? Is this, how great of an acting, how great dialogue, and how well is it written? Those are some of the most important components now that I have seen, which is definitely, very important because we want to, grow and create really great content. And of course, during this time, it wasn't the best, written or acting wise. But, it wasn't meant to be that. Now, do I think that they, could have focused more on trying to create some great dialogue? Could they have maybe directed it a little bit better? Of course, yes. This show had millions of views. And people were watching it, and once Pretty Little Liars came on, the show still did pretty great. So it came out during season 2, and Pretty Little Liars ended in 2017. Season 2 of Secret Life, I think the finale had over 4 million views at that time. I could be wrong. But it did great during Pretty Little Liars. I think the show really opened that door, to try to be more open. I recommend this show to anyone. If you're looking for a show that is funny, it has a lot of humor, it has some great serious moments, it has a great character development of Ricky in particular. I really loved his character development. And you really grow to like these characters. There's some that I like more than others for sure. I won't really rank my characters because I don't want to if you're interested in the show, I don't want my opinion to kind of influence. But I do see quite a few people online that kind of share the same opinions when it comes to characters. But that could definitely be a video if you guys were interested in me doing more of a deep dive into the show and going over each season. Maybe each video can be each season and kind of what happens. But I would be more than happy to do that. That would be something I actually would really love to do. But that's about kind of my thoughts. I don't think it's as bad as other, I probably am biased because I grew up on the show and it came out during a really difficult time for me. It really kind of took me out of that dark place I was in when I was a young teenager. But is it as bad as people say? I don't think so. I don't think there's really a bad show or a bad movie, in my opinion, because media is art, right? So media is subjective. TV shows are subjective. Movies are subjective. So we each have our own views, our own opinions on things, and no one is wrong in their opinion. If you think it's the worst show, I can definitely see and understand that point of view. I recommend if you want to watch this show. Unfortunately, it's not really available in many places, especially if you live outside of the United States. I know it's on Disney Plus in certain countries, including the United States. It's also available on Hulu and the Freeform app or the Freeform website. And I think it's on Amazon Prime. But you'll just have to kind of Google where it could be available to you. As popular as the show was and how many views it got, and it was ABC Family's #1 show until Pretty Little Liars came out. And even then, it still was probably their second most popular show. So I don't know why it's not available like Pretty Little Liars is. But that's about it for this video. I'm sorry if it was all over the place. I just wanted to give my thoughts and my opinions on this show. And let me know if you guys would be interested in me doing a deep dive of each season. And I'll be more than happy to do that. So like I said, please give this video a thumbs up and comment below. I would really, really greatly appreciate it. And please subscribe to my channel. I do have some upcoming horror movie reviews. I watched 2 new movies that I am going to be reviewing on this channel really soon. And I'm currently editing my first reaction video to Jennifer's Body. So be on the lookout for that. Lots of horror content coming for you guys. And that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.
I'll see you soon.